Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help. Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
With locations in Shippenville and Tionesta, Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF in Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. Do you like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com. Need plumbing, heating, or air conditioning services in Western PA? Then call Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning in Clarion today at 814-226-8695. At Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, we believe that a service-oriented business like ours should give you quality care and a quick response time. That's why we stand on our promise, offering you reliable 24-hour service that gets your job done right when you need it. We can also be found on the web at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, that number is 814-226-8695.
While most of the snow may have melted outside, here inside the Joseph A. Master Gymnasium at Warren Area High School, there are whiteout conditions. It is time for the annual Whiteout Wrestling Against Cancer match. Warren hosts county rival Eisenhower on the YDL Sports Network, presented by Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg, a pregame show. Again, high school wrestling on the YDL Sports Network, brought to you by Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. When your plumbing, heating, or air conditioning goes out, call Luton's to get it running again. Visit them online at lutonsplumbing.com. Again, our pregame show brought to you by, or pre-match show, I should say, getting a little habit of basketball here in the wintertime. Our pre-match show brought to you by the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, where you come for the food and stay for the view. Takeout is available. Call today to place an order or buy a gift card, 724-659-5701, or online at AlleghenyGrill.com. And welcome into the Park Avenue Motor Car broadcast booth. If you have a fender bender, we can mender at Park Avenue Motor Car. Call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car is proudly serving Warren County for 30 years. Brian Hagberg with you here on the YDL Sports Network, and joined this evening by a very special guest, someone with intimate knowledge on both ends of this Warren County rivalry. Former Warren and Eisenhower coach Red Childress joined us in the broadcast booth. Red, thank you so much for hopping on here tonight, and looking forward to what should be a great match.
I sure hope so. We're here. It's nighttime. The bad weather's on the way, and hopefully we can see a good match before we get snowed in here in a day or two. I'm looking forward to it.
So right off the bat, Eisenhower comes in 0-1, and 0-1 in Region 3, had a tough dual match loss against Corey last week. The Beavers, obviously one of the tougher teams annually in District 10. And Warren comes into this one 2-0, edged out a win against Franklin 36-33 to open the season, and then came back with a road win at Union City 43-25 last week. And Red, those two wins matched their total from all of last year.
Right.
And, this is a team the last couple of years, numbers have been down. They've been struggling a little bit. But Glenn Balbensberger, who's not here tonight, out sick, we're wish him a speedy recovery.
Yeah, he's listening right now. I know he's out there.
But he's got this thing turned around in a big hurry.
He sure does. Yeah, you can't Glenn and all of us may have certain faults in our lives, but one of the faults that Glenn doesn't have is working hard, man. He'll put the time in. He'll do what it takes to get the program back where it's got to be. And,
again, Eisenhower comes into this one, a really lopsided loss, 68-6 to Corey at home last week. Tucker Lindell scored the only win in that match by pinfall. But we talk about this is a small school program. Their football team, as everybody knows, went to the District 10 championship. And then this year, the PIAA changed the schedule a little bit. So when their sports season started a week earlier than usual. And, just with a cursory glance over the lineup, you're going to see a lot of, if you watched any of our football streams, you're going to see a lot of, or hear a lot of familiar names. More than half of this Eisenhower lineup were big contributors to that team that went to the District 10 championship. And how much of a factor can losing that week of preparation play, and especially having to start the season out against a tough team like Corey?
Well, I would say you're probably dealing with two different situations, or two similar situations. One would be weight management. That would probably be the biggest. If you have some kids that are, maybe having to lose 3, 4, 5 pounds or so to find their way into a varsity spot, that might come into play. And conditioning, there's football conditioning, there's wrestling conditioning, there's swimming conditioning, and all three are different. All three are attained in 3 different ways primarily. So, you could be in great football shape, but out here you're going to have to kind of find a way to get through these wrestling matches because you don't have a lot of whistles or not a lot of flags getting thrown. Right. You don't have any breaks, it's pretty much continuous action. So that could play an impact, have an impact on the match as well.
And it seemed, the Knights came out, had a really strong showing at the Stoa tournament up at JCC over the weekend. They had 4 wrestlers, Ryan Chambers, Sean Pascuzzi, Tucker Lindell, and Mike Venata, all go 4-0 in that pool tournament. And Jared Lindell even said afterwards that it looked like they had maybe knocked some of the rust off a little bit. Yeah. And, again, Warren was up there as well. Had a pair of wrestlers, Josh Letko and Grant Heater, also went 4-0. Both teams had a ton of guys go 3-1 or 2-2. So really strong showing from both teams. It's something we were talking about before we went on the air is some of the lineup decisions that are going to have to be made tonight. How big a factor does, these guys having just wrestled each other on Saturday play into making some of those lineup decisions?
Well, familiarity can really bring matches much closer than they would normally be, compared to the first meeting. So you get some familiarity, you get some guys on video, you've got a coach that sits down and breaks down video and stuff. You make a couple of adjustments. Maybe the kid from Warren or the kid from Eisenhower has a trick move that you hadn't seen or hadn't been familiar with. Maybe that cost you the match. Now you've made some adjustments, you're prepared for it. I would say that, you may see some lower scoring matches with the common head-to-head opponents tonight versus, just 3 days ago.
All right, as they're just about finished here with the warm-ups for Warren, we're going to take a quick break, be right back to wrap up the Allegheny Grill of Foxburg pre-match show here on the YDL Sports Network.
Chris Rossetti here at Tynesta Builder Supplies. I'm at the one in Shippenville right now. Hey, Christmas just around the corner here. Anybody looking for some last minute gifts? They've got some great power tools, which would make great gift for that working boy or girl in your life. Looking for some stocking stuffers. We've got some chalk boxes here. We've got some X-Acto knives. We've got some trimmers and clipper type things, some screwdrivers. Those all make great stocking stuffers. So anyhow, just make sure to stop by Tynesta Builder Supply, both in Tynesta and in Shippenville.
Today's game is brought to you by Palmieri Financial Group in Warren, PA. As the owner of Palmieri Financial Group, John Palmieri will design a game plan tailored to your financial goals and your financial future. Whether you want to retire early to spend time coaching your kids or grandkids, or to have more time to travel and see your favorite teams play, John can help. You can find him on Facebook at Palmieri Financial Group, or call him at 814-230-9055. That's 814-230-9055. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Gladstone Institutional Advisory, LLC, a registered investment advisor. Palmieri Financial Group and Gladstone Institutional Advisory are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Welcome back here to Warren Area High School. And now it is time for the Rehab Center starting lineups. Chiropractors caring for health, therehabcenters.com. Center spelled the Old English way with an R-E-S. At 107, it will be Eisenhower's Sean Miller taking on Warren's Attica Fiscus. At 114, for the Knights, it'll be Griffin Williams. And for Warren, Ryan Fitzsimmons. And we will have a double forfeit at 120.
127 pounds for Eisenhower, Ryan Chambers or Tanner.
At 127 for the Knights, it'll be either Ryan Chambers or Tanner Lookenhouse. And for Warren, it will be Cameron Williams.
At 133 pounds for Eisenhower, Tandem Bergen or Cole Kellogg.
At 133 for the Knights, it'll be Camden Frand or Cole Kellogg. And for Warren, it will be Trenton Anthony.
At 139 pounds, the same duo.
And the same duo for the Knights, Cam Frand or Cole Kellogg at 139. And for Warren, it will be Josh Letko.
At 145 pounds for Eisenhower, Derek.
For the Knights at 145 pounds, it will be Derek Childs. And for Warren at 145 will be Connor Zaffino.
At 152 pounds for Eisenhower, Sean Pascucci or Cameron Jakubczak.
At 152 for the Knights, it'll be either Sean Pascuzzi or Cameron Jakubczak.
And Caleb Jakubczak.
And for the Dragons, it will be Grant Heater. For the Knights at 160, Tucker Lindell or Bryson Wilkins. For Warren, it'll be Kenny Pizarro. And it'll be Lindell or Wilkins again at 172. For the Dragons, it'll be either Damian Sanchez or Evan Swanson. At 189 pounds, the Knights send out Benji Bauer. And either Swanson or Sanchez for the Dragons.
For Eisenhower, either Justin Dar, Brooke English, or
at 215 for the Knights,
Younger,
Justin Dar, Brock English, or Connor Younger. And for Warren will be a forfeit. And our heavyweights tonight for the Knights, Mike Vanata for the Knights and Joe Crawl for the Dragons. Again, your starting lineups brought to you tonight by the Rehab Centers, Chiropractors Caring for Health. You can visit them online at therehabcenters.com. That's center spelled the Old English way with an R-E-S. Want to thank the Warren Tire Center for putting you on the drive to the match You can visit them online at warrentirecenter.com. And our game stream, as always, is brought to you by the Computer Guru of Leaper. Visit them online at thecomputerguru.net. And this is a recorded national anthem, so we will have to take a commercial break for copyright purposes. We will be right back.
Are you looking for a great place to relax and enjoy the fresh mountain air of the Susquehannock State Forest in the Allegheny Mountains? Then the Potter County Campground is the place for you. Your outdoor adventure starts at the Potter County Campground with family and friends. The Potter County Campground can accommodate all your camping needs. Whether you camp in a tent, RV, or one of their camping cabins, they have a camping experience for you. Open year-round, the 44-acre Potter County Campground is located in the heart of Potter County, God's country. Check them out online at pottercountycamping.com. Golfing at one of the prettiest golf courses around is what you get when you play around at Hunter Station Golf Club just outside of Tonesta. Located in the Allegheny Mountains with a spectacular view of the Allegheny River, Hunter Station offers something for everyone. The rolling hills of the front nine, coupled with a back nine situated along the banks of the Allegheny River, create some of the best views in all of northwestern PA. And when you're done with your round, enjoy a delicious meal or a cold drink in our restaurant and bar. Looking for a place to stay? Hunter Station has you covered there too with play and stay packages. Find out more at hunterstation.com.
Have a fender bender? We can mend her at Park Avenue Motor Car. Bring your vehicle to Ron and the crew at Park Avenue Motor Car, 7 South Carver Street in Warren, or call 814-726-9728. Park Avenue Motor Car, proudly serving Warren County for 30 years.
What's the recipe for surprising the kids, treating yourself, and ditching dish duty? You're looking at it. Order your Pizza Hut faves like original pan, original stuffed crust, and more at pizzahut.com. No one out-pizzas the Hut.
Okay.
Welcome back into the Joseph A. Masters Gymnasium here at Warren Area High School. Brian Hagberg and Red Childress with you here in the Park Avenue Motor Car broadcast booth for the YDL Sports Network. And again, this is a big-time rivalry match here in Warren County. Warren and Eisenhower.
Mr. Kaiser is doing the point toss here.
And we're going to turn it over now to Dick Ballots explaining why we are having a whiteout here this evening.
I'm proud to say that I started this thing back in 2017. This is the 5th year for it. And I'd like to thank the Eisenhower team and the Warren team for keeping this going for the last 5 years. Hopefully we can keep it going a lot longer. First, I'd like anybody in the stands here, we're going to talk about the Cancer Center a little bit. Anybody in the stands here that's been to the Cancer Center, could you please stand up?
What's that say?
If you're fighting cancer, if you've been to the Cancer Center, you can stand up. Cancer Center in Warren is a diamond in the rough. I myself have been a patient there for the last 8 years. The nurses there are great. The doctors are great. I recommend anybody who is fighting cancer to go over there. It's a diamond in our community. Great people, great doctors. And so the Cancer Center in Warren sees over 16,000 patients a year. The money that we donated tonight, we've donated the money for $5 for each one of these t-shirts is going to the Cancer Center. We've got the 50-50 money tonight is going to the Cancer Center. Coach Ted is over there in the corner. He has a black envelope that he's taking donations. If you didn't get a t-shirt, you want to donate some money on behalf of Coach Johnson, he'd gladly take it for you. The money that we donate to the Cancer Center stays at the Cancer Center in Warren. It doesn't go anywhere else. The money is used for continuing education classes for the nurses and the staff there, as well as buying computer, hardware, software, and things where their budget falls short. So it all stays right here in Warren. It's a good cause. Thank you to everybody who has donated. And if you want to donate, go see Coach Ted over there. My buddy Dino, he battled for 4 years. He lost his battle. I miss him every day. My man Dino was always good for a good story. So I got a story for you tonight. There was a farmer. He had a lot of livestock. He had some cows, some pigs, some horses, some chickens, and a couple big old bulls. Some of you younger kids might not get this story, but I know some of us will. One day there was a terrible, terrible tornado. The man and his family were forced to shelter in the nearest ditch. When it was all over, the man looked up, the farmer looked up to see his house was gone, his barn was gone, he'd lost everything. He was sad. He got up, went out to see if his animals were okay. His animals had survived. Thanks heavens, the horses, the pigs, the chickens were all good. But they were all laying flat out in the field. And he walked down the field a little further and he saw these two bulls standing in the middle of the field. He walked over to the bulls and he said, "What's going on? How's come everyone else is laying down?" He said, "Well, sir, we bulls wobble, but we don't fall down." Here we go now, we're going to grab him a little bit. I've been watching these boys since they were little. This is my 17th year involved in the War Wrestling program. So the year these boys were born, I started wrestling. I've been watching them since they were little. Let's go get it, boys.
And that was Dick Ballas sharing some thoughts on his good friend Dean Johnson in the wrestling community. Absolutely misses Dean every single day. Lost his battle with prostate cancer April 30th of 2020, and they're raising all these funds here tonight. This whiteout is in his honor.
It's fantastic. What a quality guy with high character. You know, parents loved him, the kids loved him. Just a guy that you'd like for them to call him dad. You know, he was just that type of father figure.
And I had to make a little stop out at the concession stand, right? Because I know you heard, anybody who had a conversation with Dean knows that he always made sure to get in and tell you about the great benefits of drinking some chocolate milk. I made sure they had some chocolate milk available at the concession stand earlier. And again, just a great tribute to a really great man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it looks like they're doing some of the 50-50 announcements right now. It looks like, if I'm reading the scoreboard correctly, we're going to start tonight at 127 pounds. Wow. And again, they're going to start at 121, which is a double forfeit. So no score there. And just to explain our scoreboard that you see at the bottom of the screen here, we'll keep where it says Warren Eisenhower. That will be the individuals' scores, and then the W and E will be the full match score.
So we're going to have Williams here, and do we know if it's Chambers or?
It looks like there's some question by the Eisenhower staff about. So Williams came out. I think the Eisenhower wrestler was supposed to come out first.
They must have drawn odd.
Okay, so what happened here? They announced a double forfeit. See, and again, this is kind of how the scoring goes. They had initially announced a double forfeit at 121, but it looks like Eisenhower was able to send out Tanner Lookenhouse at 121. So the Knights get that 6 points from the forfeit. And now we will get into the 127-pound match, which looks to be Williams from Warren and Ryan Chambers from Eisenhower. See, and I did it wrong already, Red. I messed up my own scoreboard here.
You're way ahead of me. It's been a few years. I don't know any of these. Well, a few faces. I'm going to struggle trying to figure out who's who. And then if you have a lineup change, a guy bumps up a weight class. Sometimes it takes you half a match to figure out who's actually on the mat. So we'll do our best.
Well, and I mean, again, I called a good number of those Eisenhower football games, but most of the time I'm seeing those kids under helmets behind face masks. So it's nice to see their faces every once in a while too.
Yeah. So this is going to be Williams and Chambers. Chambers is kind of a longer, lankier, body type. These guys are in an ear-to-ear tie-up. They're getting after it here right off the whistle.
You saw Williams go down to a knee there. Is that just trying to get leverage, or was that more Chambers forcing him down?
Well, he was trying to get his arm out, and I failed to tell you that and the Warren wrestler is Williams had a 2-on-1 on his left arm, and he was vulnerable for a shot. So the Eisenhower kid decided to get into a lower stance, protect his legs to clear the arm. Now these guys have just broken. They're back to the center now. A lot of tying up, no shots yet, no fake shots, no jukes or anything. We're in an over-under tie-up now. Williams doesn't appear to look too comfortable there. He's trying to back out a little bit, create some space. This is a position where you can go from your feet to your back real quick. So it's a potentially high-flying situation.
Well, when you're match number one in a big rivalry match like this, is there some butterflies going through the stomach?
Oh yeah. You put some fans in the seats, and this match comes with its own little bit of rivalry anyway. A good flurry there, good scramble. Both guys being very offensive. Williams looking like he might have been looking for a little front headlock, chase the sock situation, but now they've broken. They're back to the center. Chambers a little shorter than Williams.
And under 30 seconds left in the first period here.
No snap score. Down. Yeah, we've got double front headlocks pretty much. Williams doing a nice job tying up that arm. Looks like he's trying to slow the match down a little bit from that 2-on-1.
5 seconds left here in the opening period at 127 pounds. Ryan Chambers of Eisenhower, Cameron Williams of Warren.
Man, a headlock.
Chambers ran out of time, or he was about to score.
Williams would like to have that back. A couple of seconds left in the period. He tries for a high percentage, or actually low percentage headlock, and to no avail. Oh, there was no takedown award. I thought he got a takedown out of that.
No, they said he didn't quite lock it in before the time expired.
All right.
So no score here as we head to period number 2 at 127 pounds.
Chambers goes down. Williams on top. Williams trying to do a little tight waist arm chop, and Chambers with the escape tries the flying squirrel, a little bit of a flying squirrel. Chambers has a front chest wrap, is trying to cut the corner. If Williams keeps trying to hold on to the leg, okay, all right. Williams throws him to his back, takes him feet to back, has him on his back. Chambers is bridging. Williams is securing and a fall by Williams. Wow, big move, almost a lateral drop. Not really a lateral drop, just kind of made something out of nothing there. Had some good hip rotation on that. It was a pancake. It was a lateral drop. Kind of a combo. That's a huge pin there, too. Huge.
Well, and like you said, right, a big reversal there. I mean, it looked like Chambers had all the momentum and was in complete control. And just like that,
right,
Williams able to reverse it down and gets the pinfall, ties this match up at 6 apiece.
Oh, man, you've got a tight match there. That's a huge 6, a huge pin. But that's how high school athletics go, especially with wrestling, man. There's big moves. You think you're safe, and then all of a sudden, they're just kids, and somebody makes a mistake, and you can lose matches real quickly.
So up to 133 pounds, it's Cole Kellogg for Eisenhower and Trenton Anthony for Warren. Man, these two wasted little time getting after it.
Yeah, Kellogg got in there on that right-handed high crotch, trying to crack him down. Now he's stepping up, looking to switch to a double. Goes from a single, comes out to the head. In a crackdown position. Nice little scramble there. Nice scramble.
And gets 2 points on the takedown for Cole Kellogg.
Kellogg riding tough, looking for a banana split here possibly. And he's got a banana split. getting some near fall. Kellogg's getting some near fall, and he is close. He's close to a pin, real close, and there it is. Wow, a banana split. Unbelievable. That's a game changer too.
I want to take a second to say tonight's match also being brought to you by Elwood National Forge. It's never too soon or too late to set another goal or dream another dream. If now's the time for you, Elwood National Forge can help with multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from. Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance to start the day to hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com. I got that all in before the guys came out. I'm impressed.
So this must be Ferrand against Letco, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Ferrand.
Ferrand.
Reward. Connor Zaffino.
So they announced that as Zaffino, but no, it is Connor Zaffino. Bump it down to 139.
Zaffino dropped
to take on Cam Ferrand of Eisenhower.
Well, so Letco and Zaffino are going to flip weights here. Looks like Zaffino with the out of bounds. In college, that's a takedown, but high school, it's not yet. Not until they finally changed the rule in high school as well.
And for somebody says, I mean, you're all over the wrestling game. I mean, does it get a little? I know it's confusing for people watching football sometimes, but those differences between college and high school rules. Oh yeah, Zaffino in complete control.
Zaffino fireman's carry into a dump, secures the arm, gets him on his back. I think is going to get 3. Nope, just got 2 near fall awarded, bringing the score to 4-zip. I kind of like the college rules a little bit better. I think it's a little easier to call takedowns in college. It's a very simple situation with the cylinder and the outside, the out of bounds mat. Oh no, he looked into that half. He looked into that half. Zaffino has him on his back. He's a little too high with this half. He's going to have to slide back, get his chest on chest. All right, now he's up on the head.
Ferrand in trouble trying to fight out of this. Good. He's got a minute to stay off his back.
Zaffino's got a long time to secure this pin here.
And at the very least, he's going to pick up some more near fall points here.
I'll tell you what, Ferrand is getting.
You got to love the fight.
Seriously, man, it's so easy to quit right here. It's so easy to pack it in, and this kid is sucking it up, gutting it out. 32 seconds left in the first. If he can fight off.
He's got the near elbow right closest to us, is keeping that right shoulder off the mat. Zaffino just saw it.
Yep.
And there it is.
There might have been a decrease in oxygen traveling to Kellogg's or to Ferrand's head there. As he tightened that thing up, that was a very tough hold. Extremely tough. Nice match. Both guys came out on fire. It was hard for him to secure the fall for the 20, 30 seconds because he wasn't perpendicular to his opponent. And once he got around and got situated and could make a cross or an X on his chest, that's when the ref usually starts to slap the mat.
Also want to say thank you to Icy Ink in Warren for sponsoring tonight's broadcast. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool. Wear Icy. Visit them online at icyink.com. That's ICYYink.com. So it'll be
Letco and
Derek Childs for Eisenhower.
Letco and Childs.
And we were promised a highly competitive match, and that's exactly what it's been so far.
Yeah.
I think Letco quickly gets the takedown.
Little knee pick there for Letco. I think Letco is definitely favored on paper here. I've warned should be. It probably is looking for some bonus points. Now, Letco with a nice Jonesy tilt there.
And again, that comes into the strategy we talked about. Zaffino just bumped down and making that switch.
Yep.
Paid off already. We know Warren got the pin at 139 and looking to pick up some more bonus points, as you said, right here at 145.
It's a big math problem is all this is, and you've got to find ways to manufacture points. Back when I was coach, I'm used to pick a number, and if we could score this many points, pretty much we were going to win that match. So we would have a set number of points that we needed to score, and if we attained that 95% of the time, we walked off the mat winners. you know, you have a good, you know, you do a good job as a coach predicting outcomes and you know, what scores should be. But in high school wrestling, the shoulda, woulda, coulda sometimes will burn you. Letco with a nice bar arm. It's probably going to get some near fall. There goes the near fall swipes. Warren was definitely banking on some, especially now, banking on some bonus points in this match. Letco has this super tight. This is a reverse half / double chicken wing. I don't know that I've ever seen that before. I've never seen
more
someone
there for Letco on
that
the
was
near fall.
incredible.
And 30 seconds left here in the first period as Childs is trying to fight his way out of this. They're got rolled over into a double leg lock.
Right,
like
yeah.
there.
Some of the stuff that we're seeing here in these scramble situations, there's not even a name for the move. It's so hard to describe what happens in a wrestling match as compared to other sports. It really is. And some of the things we've seen tonight are kind of hybrids of other moves. That's like two moves hybrid into one.
And we got a caution there, I believe, on Letco.
I do too. I think he may have bumped him hard when he was getting on him. I don't know if he jumped or what.
29.1 seconds on the clock here as the whistle blows.
Ooh. Head lever into a bar. Letco has, he has a right arm bar, and he's jumping to the other side looking for the half.
And right now, I mean, if you're in Child's position right now, are you just trying to do whatever you can for this last 10 seconds to stay off your back?
You're trying to survive this, yeah. You've got a guy that's probably overpowering and probably a little overmatched.
Now Childs is going to make it to period number 2.
But man, you've got to hand it to him, though. He has not given up. He's definitely got some fight in him. It's only 5-0. You're a takedown and near fall points away from tying the match. Letco chooses down.
Sorry, our table moved a little bit there, but try to get that corrected.
Courtesy of me.
Well, I wasn't going to put you on the spot. Your first time out.
Right.
It's all right.
We'll blame the hip replacement for that one. Child's looking for a cradle on top. Nice.
Period number 2 underway here at 145 pounds.
Letco was broken down for a bit. Now he's back up to his base. Child's working it was an opposite side half with the near ankle hooked. Letco trying for a little side roll, little clamp down side roll. Merkel attempt here by Childs. If he can get the leg hooked, I think he does have the leg hooked. He's trying to Merkel him over, but Letco.
And is this just Letco that's just a stronger wrestler at this point?
He's basing down. He knows that for Childs to turn him here, he has to. Letco's hips need to come off the ground. And, right there. See, he's trying to roll him through. He's trying to roll. Both guys are going to roll across their own back. And Letco staying low to the ground, keeping the center of gravity down there.
Now, if you're the underneath guy there in that position, you know your opponent's trying to roll you. Are you looking for a way to roll through?
You hope you don't get rolled, but if you do, you need to really create some momentum and try to roll all the way through that particular move. For sure, with the Merkel, that's normally what happens. Guys will roll through and they'll lose it. Letco looked like he was in some trouble, but now has turned this into a fireman's dump type finish from the bottom. Is going to get a 2-point reversal. That bumps the score up to 7-0. Letco, just like his dad, is working these bar arms, buddy. I remember Joe's dad used to work out with him back in the 90s before he went off to West Point. And you talk about a strong family, buddy. There are some serious, strong muscle fibers in that family. Letco's got him over for a 3-point near fall. Childs is going to get out of this one this time.
That'll get Letco up into bonus points.
Yep, just got some bonus points and with the whole other period left.
That'll do it for period number 2. Nice. We're saying Letco here a lot, and we talk about this Warren Eisenhower rivalry, and that's certainly a name that is very much associated with this rivalry.
And I'm sure he's watching it right now too. He's back at his home. Big Joe is, and I'm sure he's watching this match.
Heading to the third period here.
We've got a 10-0 score. We're in the bonus. And Child's on top. Child is looking for their cradle, and Letco likes to stand up kind of like a tripod type stand up. Oh, A side roll, a side Peterson. Letco got a 2 reversal. They're counting backs. This might do it. This
145 to go. It's going to be a long ways to go for Childs to stay off his back. But
if he can, if Letco can scoop that head a little bit, it's a situation where he needs to take his time here. If he can, okay, he's going to let him up and then, so he's going to give the near fall. Wonder why I blew the whistle.
I'm not sure.
Oh, tech fall. He hit the tech.
I
didn't realize he got another 3. Okay. 15-0 tech fall there. That's big help for the Dragons with the bonus points.
And he was so close to the near fall, but as soon as Childs came up, that's why the whistle blew on the tech
That's
fall.
when it was awarded. I was so busy watching the match, I didn't check what the score was.
Apologize, folks. I hit the wrong button.
We have Tuttle here from Warren. Is this looking like Tuttle to you?
Let's see. 152. This is Grant Heater for Warren.
Oh, so Tuttle. I wonder what happened to Tuttle.
And then this looks like
this is Heater.
This is Heater for Warren, and I believe that's Pascuzzi out there for Eisenhower.
Okay. Heater was 4-0 at Stoa last week, and he didn't wrestle Pascuzzi. Well, is this Pascuzzi here? You said from Eisenhower?
Yes.
Okay. They did not face at Stoa.
And both of them went 4-0.
Right. I know Heater likes to pin people. Heater seems to be a pinner, and I'm not sure about Pascuzzi. Heater with the front headlock, chasing the sock. He didn't get his head in.
Pascuzzi able to circle out of it.
Yep. He didn't get his head in the right spot on that, but a good attempt. Zap some energy. Center circle. Both guys kind of tying up here, forehead to forehead.
And I believe, if memory serves me correctly, Red, Pascuzzi won all of his matches by fall at Stoa.
Oh, did he really? I didn't have that information. My buddy,
which of course means this one's going to go, 3 periods into overtime. And
1-1 match. Yeah. Oh, nice fireman's. Pascuzzi with a sweet left-handed fireman's carry there. No back points, but a nice takedown with 44 seconds left in the first. Pascuzzi tripoding up, and he's going to get a reversal of his own and catches.
Heater's got Pascuzzi in trouble.
Heater's got Pascuzzi in trouble. Yeah, Heater's got Pascuzzi on his back. Reverse half. And we're close, but he fights
rolls out of it.
Wow. Good effort, both guys. These guys are getting after it tonight.
And again, we talk about this is an annual match that happens between these two teams. It's been since the 2016-17 season since Warren's won one of these matches, and now it takes on a little added significance as the Dragons have dropped down to 2A. This is a region contest.
It sure is.
So a whole lot to wrestle for here tonight beyond County Pride.
It sure is strange looking at these new the new classifications that we were talking about it before the match. Warren and Corey and Union City and Eisenhower. It's just us old timers. It's kind of weird to see.
Youngsville's in that region too.
Youngsville too. It's just strange that we're all that those teams are all double A.
Big takedown by Pascuzzi. Wow.
Nice mat return. Yeah, nice mat return by Pascuzzi. Heater's on a base. Pascuzzi throws a leg in. This might be problems here. Good leg riders are tough to shake off. Oh, he swims out. Heater swims out. Manages to get a half, but can't get him over. But he gets a 2-point reversal, make the score 7-3.
A minute and a half to go here in the second period. You see Heater's trying to dig his head under Pascuzzi's arm there.
He's doing a head lever, kind of an arm pry head lever. Several different names for that. Inside wrist and a bar. This is almost a little punch bar. Yeah, it's a shallow punch bar with the far wrist. Heater's trying to work it. Jumping to the far side, trying to get the half back on the bar on the near side.
A minute to go here in the second.
Criteria's met here. This is not looking good. Boy.
Pascuzzi just slipped right out the back door.
Yep. I think he's going to get 2 near fall and then 1 escape. Just call timeout. The headgear came off, man. Call timeout. Come on.
47 seconds. They call the time. You can see
The referee should have well, I'm not going to say anything about the refs. I could be out there myself. So a penalty. The headgear was coming off. What this?
I think because Pascuzzi grabbed it and threw it is why.
What was over his face, he couldn't get it unsnapped. So he just ripped it off. He didn't know if the guy was still wrestling him or not. He's blinded by the straps. He pulled it off in desperation just to get it off his head.
You can see both Jared Lindell and Denny Johnson on the Eisenhower bench were up pointing.
This can't stick.
And Johnson's over at the scorer's table now. They're having a conversation.
Oh, man. I'm going to try to stay positive here.
So
if I were reffing, I would have blown the whistle, allowed him to adjust his headgear and get it back on his head. We don't want to see a match won or lost because the guy can't see with his headgear on. We want these guys wrestling with their eyes open,
So the decision comes out, and the score is now 10-5 Heater with 30 seconds to go here in the second period at 152 pounds. Dragons have a 17-12 lead over the Knights.
We're center mat. Head ties. Little slide by fake there by Heater. Forehead to forehead, center circle, 15 seconds left.
And now does this maybe become take a less aggressive approach by Pascuzzi that he's been near fault a couple of times?
Well, I don't know how bad. There's so many answers to one or two questions. It depends on what Warren thinks that they need to have as their score to win this match. Are they going to have Heater stay kind of conservative and be happy with the win, or are they pushing Heater to get bonus points? Well, Heater needs to score 3 more points to make this a 4-point victory instead of the current 3-point victory. So I don't know what kind of bonus points they're expecting in these matches, but we'll find out soon. If he really keeps putting the heat on here and trying to turn, we'll know that they are hungry and thirsty for more points. And yep, he's barring things up here. He's got a nice bar in. Pascuzzi gets to his feet. Down the bar. Heater doing a nice job. Pascuzzi doing a really nice job, too. I can't believe Pascuzzi isn't broken down. He's really taking a lot of pressure, a lot of strength up on the top half of his body with that bar and inside wrist. Heater still has the inside wrist, but he's lost the half. They're both standing now. Heater needs to get a mat return here. In a couple of seconds, he's going to get called for stalling. Yep, and there's the stall call. There it is. No points yet, just the stall warning on Heater of Warren.
But Heater does maintain top position here as they come back to center mat with 1:16 to go in the third period. Heater with a 10-5 lead.
Pascuzzi's first move is that tripod. Tries to hit a switch, gets his hips moving. Heater with a body lock, still in control. Heater is, and I think they've broken Yep, there's the 1-point escape. 10-6. Big takedown here for Eisenhower. If Pascuzzi can pull off a takedown here, he'll have a puncher's. Oh, I'm sorry. He'll have a puncher's chance here if he needs to get this takedown. There's the shot. It was a fireman's carry. He stepped in and dropped down to a high crotch.
It looks like Heater's going to come out on top with the takedown.
Heater with a front headlock, head in the hole, and around he goes for a takedown. I think both guys are starting to feel a little fatigued here, man. This wrestling will zap your muscles so fast. Heater on top. He's getting counted again. He's going to get hit for stalling. It's going to be a point. We've got it's 6-12. That's 7-12. It's a 5-point match. It's a 4-point match with the escape. Both guys are standing. 16 seconds left. Zaffino's looking. Yep, he's looking for some gator bacon. There's a takedown. There's a takedown for Eisenhower.
Yep. Here, he could get this win. He's got 5 seconds.
A quick turn. We got a 2-point match. Pascuzzi giving everything he's got here.
Not going to get there. What a fight. What a match.
That was
Sean Pascuzzi and Grant Heater.
I'll clap for that one. 22 points in a match. That's what the fans want to see.
Left it all on the line, and as we said,
sure
both
did.
These guys like to get pinfalls, and it's a 2-point win for Grant Heater,
which gives the team 3 more points with the decision, bringing the team score to 20-12. Warren leads Eisenhower 20-12.
Big match there, and now 8-point lead for the Dragons as we go to 160 pounds.
Is this Pizarro?
This is Kenny Pizarro for Warren, and that looks like Bryson Wilkins for the Knights. And that's a big thing if Wilkins can come in. This is typically Tucker Lindell's spot here. And they may be bumping him up to 172.
Right, yep.
But if Wilkins can come in at the 160 and get some points for the Knights, that puts them in good position going forward.
There was a Wilkins back in the day when I was coaching Eisenhower, and maybe this is his son about 25 years ago.
Oh, don't say that, Red.
Pizarro might get a takedown, and there it is. Oh, he'd already given the takedown. He had like a Navy ride-in. I thought his arm was stuck. I was looking at my sheet.
Pizarro was trying to come out of that takedown from Wilkins.
Wilkins on. Far side cradle by Wilkins. Has him over on his back. Near fall. This is going to end right now.
Big win for Bryson Wilkins.
Wilkins with a serious clutch pin. Wow. 20-18 team score, and we are about what? This is close to halfway through.
I think we're about halfway.
Yeah, I do too.
And we'll see who comes out for the Dragons at 172, whether it's Sanchez or Swanson, who they want to send against Tucker Lindell, one of the strongest wrestlers for the Knights.
I'm going to rely on you for the facial identity here. I'll know which guy to circle.
Some gamesmanship going on here. Is there
they're
waiting to bring out?
You don't want to show your hand too soon. Who do we have here? What do you think?
All right, so it's Lindell for the Knights and and it is Evan Swanson for the Dragons.
Okay,
So
Evan
Swanson and Lindell.
Swanson's hit his second year of wrestling. Still kind of finding his way, just getting he's learning every day. Just a little bit green yet. Takedown by Lindell. Little roll through tilt attempt.
And having watched him last year and on the gridiron this year, Tucker Lindell wrestles the same way. He runs the football straight ahead, no slowing down.
Oh, really?
He just runs people over.
Yep.
And it's worked very well for him in both sports.
He's working an inside wrist half right now. Then he came out of the inside wrist, looked for a cross face, maybe trying to look for a cross face cradle. Back on the inside wrist on the out of bounds line, and they're out of bounds now.
So Lindell up 2-0 here. Minute 13 to go in the first period, and he will come in on top.
Lindell's a good-looking specimen. He must spend a little time in the weight room. Controlling and dominating on top here. Ankle breakdown, another cross face attempt. Looks like he's going to try to do a little maybe a cross face cradle. Out front, double bundles right now, trying to double bundle. Comes back in behind, looking for the cradle. He's working left side, right side. There's the bundle. Spins around the head. Near fall secured. I don't think he's going to get 3 near fall. He's going to get the 2. Yep. Brings the score 4-0, Lindell. Halfway through the match. Oh, halfway through not even. Yeah,
30 seconds left in the first period here.
I'll get my math skills squared away here.
You said there's a whole lot of math that goes into wrestling, and I'm glad you're up here because there's a reason I'm up here talking and writing because I don't do the math.
Yeah, I mean it's a constant math problem here, and you've got multiple guys weighing in multiple places and multiple things that you can do. And after each match, those processes are eliminated, and you finally narrow things down, and hopefully you can even get a coin flip out of it in your own mind. And make it a 50-50 thing because it gets really, you can always look back and beat yourself up over the decision that you make. But at the time, you do the best you can with what you got to work with. So that's what these guys are doing.
Final second here of the first period. And Lindell will take a 4-0 lead into the second. And Swanson with the choice, takes bottom.
I would say the Warren bench isn't too sad about the current score here, only being 4-0.
Swanson up to his feet quickly,
Yep.
but
Lindale's with a snapback. Coming out on the head.
going to get some near fall
yep.
here, and he's just going to lean
This is
on him.
not looking good,
That's
and
it.
there's the fall. Good scrap by Swanson. Real good scrap.
And Eisenhower retakes the lead thanks to Tucker Lindell.
Chad Swanson's a senior. I can see that guy. He could be. He could really be good next year if he had another year or two. You can just tell he's green. He hasn't been wrestling for very long. He certainly gave a great effort.
And Lindell's backfield mate and Eisenhower single season rushing record holder Benji Bauer comes out for the Knights. And then for Warren, it'll be Damian Sanchez. And we're at a point now with a forfeit supposed to be coming up here for the against the Dragons at 2:15. Sanchez got to stay off his back at the very least to keep the Dragons within striking distance, I would think.
Sanchez, yeah, absolutely. Sanchez, a junior, put a lot of time in over the summer with Coach Adam Miller. I know Adam is really high on this guy, and he's been putting the time in the weight room. He's still getting some technique squared away, still working on his moves and stuff. But
and you can see it right there. He wasn't able to finish the takedown on Bauer.
Exactly, yep. And Bauer's definitely not a first-year wrestler. This guy's been around.
Well, and Benji's the perfect example of what I talked about with losing that week of prep. He just ran for 2,000 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to impact the legs and the stamina there.
Yeah,
especially early in the season.
And you want to give a break too at the end of football. You want to take a day or two off. Ooh, a nice high crotch by Sanchez, and Bauer tried to
like side headlock him.
Yeah, it was kind of like a hip toss.
50 seconds to go here in the first period at 189.
Both guys still on their feet.
And give Sanchez a lot of credit. He's been aggressive here.
He sure has. He's standing his ground. Still in center circle. He's not backing up. He's not afraid of the action. You can see a size difference. Looks like Bauer has a little bit of size versus Sanchez.
And Sanchez in again, and you can see Bauer's waiting for him to shoot, and then wants to hip toss him over, just like you said.
Yep, looking for the big move, maybe looking for some bonus points.
Final 10 seconds of the first period.
Nice sweet shot by Sanchez. Hits a high crotch. Oh, and takes Bauer down. Bauer looking for the big move. Like Bauer was trying to maybe hit a little side headlock off of Sanchez's high crotch attempt and was just a little bit late. And Sanchez gets the takedown.
The coin's rolling on the mat there. It finally falls.
Referee got a little kick out of that, and he's still smiling.
And you can see right before that takedown, that last move where Bauer tried to do the hip toss, he had a little grin on his face.
Yeah.
You wonder if maybe him knowing that Sanchez, he's got the experience factor on him, thought maybe, hey, I can goad him into doing something. And to Sanchez's credit, he got the takedown late in the first period. And quick escape and reversal.
Switch. Sanchez almost had the reversal and still hasn't gotten the escape yet. Bauer's still in control, even though he's out front in a front headlock position. Sanchez needs to break contact. This should be a one or close to it. There should be an escape here. I mean, he's in on Bauer's leg. Bauer that's what he was looking for.
And there it is.
That was the move he was looking for. It was kind of ending up in an elevator position with the chin.
There's the pin.
And there's the pin. Yep. Bauer not afraid to take some risks in a big match like this. I mean, that's some, you pull all the tools out of the tool bag in that match. And gets a big, big pin. Wow.
And just this experience factor, again, that we talked about with Bauer. You could see it all through that first period. He was waiting for Sanchez to make a mistake.
He was.
And he did it early in the second. Bauer capitalizes with the pinfall.
And he was calm. It was like he was just having fun out there, and enjoying himself. And when the opportunity arose, he took care of it.
And Brock English going to come out and accept the forfeit victory here for the Knights.
I think this dual meet is pretty close. That might have sealed it. Eisenhower up by
We've got
16. How many
85,
matches?
107, and 114. So
We've
there's
got-
3 matches
There's
left.
18 potential
18
points.
and Warren's got to win them all by
Warren
pinfall.
has to win them all. Warren can win 2 by pin. Yep, you're right, because the Tech won't do it. It'll just give 17. It'll come down to tiebreakers. Yeah, Warren's got to pin out here. 3 pins in a row, or Eisenhower takes the dual meet.
So it'll be Joe Kroll out for the Dragons and Mike Venata for the Knights.
Kroll's a freshman.
And Venata,
Coaches-
the senior. And these two did meet at Stoa, and Venata came away with a pinfall victory.
Right. Yep. The
Yeah.
Warren staff really likes their guy. He's a freshman. He's working hard. He's picking up the sport pretty quickly. And there's a headlock attempt.
Venata just trying to ride it
Venata,
down.
yep. Venata tried to
Good
hit a
fight
little
off.
and didn't give up the takedown himself.
And if you haven't seen it yet, our recap over on yourdailylocal.com of the Stoa tournament, our good friend and contributor Steve Younger got a great photo of these two on the mat. Venata's got Kroll in the near fall, and Kroll's got his hand right up in Venata's face.
Oh, yeah?
Great photo by Steve Younger, and appreciate all that he does for us over at yourdailylocal.com.
He was pinned by the Eisenhower kid over the weekend at Stoa, right?
Correct.
You said that, didn't you? I'm just reading through my notes.
Under a minute to go here in the first period.
Forehead to forehead, both guys in collar ties, pushing each other. Kroll was getting pushed out of bounds, but he works back in the center circle. Kroll looking to take a shot, but I just don't think he has got the right setup here. He's just waiting. Something doesn't feel right. Oh, he's looking for a side headlock. Venata doing a nice job fighting it and gets the takedown. Kroll tries to hit a side headlock, and Venata was having none of it.
And again, just that experience factor.
Yep. And a tough move, that's a hard move to pull on someone that's been wrestling for a little while. It's a low percentage type of deal.
Well, and you talked about Tucker Lindell maybe hitting the gym. Mike Venata over the summer took up powerlifting as a third sport.
Okay.
And has excelled there as well as the first period ends. So definitely maybe getting some extra strength there for Venata. And a season pass from Hunter Station Golf Club in Tionesta would make a great Christmas present for that special golfer in your life. Call 814-755-4558 to buy a season pass today and ask about their play and stay packages. Hunter Station Golf Club, located 3 miles south of Tionesta. Visit them online at hunterstation.com.
I didn't catch who won the toss, but whoever did decided to choose neutral.
I believe it was Venata.
Venata chose neutral?
I believe he held up the red on the choice.
I was looking through my notes. We haven't seen anyone. Oh, a nice slide by Venata with a nice slide by. He knew he was going to hit that. That's why he went neutral. A half and an ankle. Venata's on top, trying to get the head down, trying to get that half back tighter. Tight waist, ankle and tight waist right here. Kroll reaching back, grabbing a head, trying to make something happen. Kind of a side headlock without, his hands touched. The ref missed it. No harm done, though. Kroll broken down, belly to mat. Venata on top, getting a power half going. Jumps to the other side, loses the head.
And again, we talked about with the math here. Venata's got to understand what the math is too, and know, yes, you want to come out, you want to put the guy on his back, but don't put yourself in a position where you become overly aggressive and get reversed and fall yourself.
Absolutely. Happens all the time in high school wrestling. Get a little too much going for you, get a little overly confident or reckless, and then boom, the whole match changes in a matter of 5 seconds.
Well, we saw that in the Williams match earlier.
Right.
Had Chambers looked like he had control, and then all of a sudden Williams reversed it, got the pinfall.
Yep.
15 seconds to go here in the second period. Venata leading Kroll 4-0.
Kroll good. Kroll managed to get up off his belly and regain his base position from bottom. And there's now in college, there's still wrestling right now. You can pin guys in college, and the entire body is out of bounds. Unless you just have to have one part inside the circle. That would have been a perfect example of college pinning. So Crawl has decided to take top. So he wasn't allowed to take top the first time because Crawl decided to go neutral and didn't go down. I mean, Vanetta decided to take neutral. Now Crawl has his chance, his choice, and he's taking top. So he's all in here. He's losing 4-0.
And make it 6.
And he still took top. And this is a near, did he give reversal? Or
he did give him reversal.
Reversal, okay.
And now
this is going to be, yes, Vanetta's got Crawl on his back. Crawl does a nice job spinning. He's got one shoulder inbounds, one shoulder out of bounds.
And there's the pin.
And there's the pin. I guess his shoulder was right on the line. And there's the pin, and that secures the dual meet.
So that will be, I believe, the 5th straight, if my math is right. Dual match win here in this rivalry for Eisenhower. As we move to 107.
107. Went from the big guys to the little guys.
And if you're looking to secure your financial future, check out the Palmieri Financial Group. John Palmieri will design a game plan tailored to your financial goals and your financial future. Find him on Facebook at Palmieri Financial Group or call 814-230-9055.
Got Fiskus out here. Oh,
and
Fiskus is
taking a forfeit.
Taking the forfeit. Huh.
So we'll move to 114.
Yep, 114.
And this will be Sean Miller for Eisenhower.
Miller Warren.
And Ryan Fitzsimmons for the Dragons. And Fitzsimmons with a quick 2.
Wow, Fitzsimmons did. I looked down, looked up, and it's
you get into these lightweights, and you can't blink for even a second. These guys are so quick.
That was lightning there. This is Fitzsimmons, correct?
Yes.
Junior. He's not wrestling Williams. He wrestled Williams from Eisenhower at Stoa and beat him 4-0, but this is a complete different matchup now.
This is Sean Miller for Eisenhower.
This is Miller, yeah. He beat Williams at Stoa from Eisenhower.
You know, we talked about this off air. It's Fitzsimmons going to look at end this one quickly.
He had a far wrist and a bar, and he has 3 points.
Hurts to look at.
It sure does. Yeah, he needs to get him. Yeah, I think he only got 2 points. He didn't keep him. Yep, he didn't get the meet criteria for long enough. Two near fall for there, making it 4-zip.
You know, you see the gym here is packed full as it usually is for this match, but we were talking off air about how typically it's been at the end of the season. And, you know, with these being region opponents now, is Miller trying to
that was
at least
a
get
good
a
scramble.
But,
wow. Great scramble.
But with these being region opponents now, you know, District 10 kind of sets the region schedules. And now it's late December, but that almost makes it even better for these two schools, you know, to get people out. Like you were talking about, your daughters are home for
right.
Christmas break from college, and was hoping to see them. It would be great to see Riley and Taylor again, and hope they're doing all the best. You said Riley's doing very well out at Roberts Wesleyan,
doing well. Both of them are doing well in school, but
which is
you're
the
right.
most important thing.
They come home, you know, these college graduates or these high school graduates come home and they remember this match. You know, they remember some of the rivalry about this match, and you can get some guys coming back, you know, family members traveling.
I've seen some alums here already. You know, Owen Ballas was here earlier today, did some officiating for the elementary kids that were on the mat. You know, they needed an official, and Owen was here. He stepped up, and good on him for doing that. And you know, again, one of the great wrestlers here at Warren, Owen was, and you know, looked down in the stands, and I saw Youngsville state champion Dave Fellman's here.
Oh, is he Fellman? I didn't see Dave.
And you know, former Warren standout, and former Warren coach Ted Carrington here, as always a big supporter of the Warren Wrestling program. But as the first period comes to a close,
they've got a tight match here, 4-2.
But again, just one of these things that these county rivalries, and when you do it around a holiday, when people can come home, you see, the balcony's full here,
right,
and the lower stands are full, and like we said, lots of alumnus able to attend here over the coming Christmas break.
Right. That's nice for them to be able to come back, Ooh, Fitzsimmons almost got pancaked to his back, but he's on the bottom. He's trying to work himself out of a tough spot here on bottom and trying to get that 1-point escape.
And Miller with some nice returns to the mat there.
Yeah, that's some nice matches, some nice continuous chain wrestling going on. These guys have some experience here. You can tell things are a little smoother, a little more fluid.
And there,
nice escape. Sure was. Fitzsimmons, both these guys are quick, agile, nice high crotch shot, pulls it in, trying to change to a double, and he's going to get the takedown. He needs to he needs to let go of that underhook. He held on to a little too long, and Fitzsimmons gets him over on his back. He just didn't bail out soon enough, and Fitzsimmons got him for 2 takedown and 2 near fall.
Good fight to get off the back, though, by Miller there.
Both teams been fighting off their back. It's nice to see that. This is a tough sport. There's nothing funny about it. No. It's just you and the other guy out there, and you got the spotlight on you and everyone's watching you, and it can be a humbling experience. Trust me.
That's what I said. If anybody have listened to any of the Smoke Disappearance of Damian Sharp podcast, we were talking a little bit, and I said, for guys to come out and wrestle, you got to have a little touch of crazy in you. And I mean that in the best way possible. But you got to have a little touch of crazy to want to get on the mat and do this.
Yeah, it's there's just a lot of it's tough. It's a tough age group, and you're in these tight uniforms and tight singlets, and it's just a tough situation. It's not for everybody, for sure. This is not a sport for everyone.
Well, then it's up and down the lineup in the final 3 seconds here of the second period. It's up and down the lineup. It's like you're the quarterback or you're the guy taking that shot at the buzzer, and it's just you.
Yep.
You're out there on an island by yourself, and everybody's watching. But on the flip side, and I'll say to this day that I have never heard this gym as loud, for as sustained as it was and as loud as it was, as I did in 2000 when you guys secured, I believe you were the coach at the time, and you guys secured the old TCAC title against Meadville, and Mike Zinger in that heavyweight title match. I mean, this Jim was rocking from start to finish. He got a takedown late in the third period, and the place exploded.
Yeah, we bumped him up from 189 to heavyweight, and it worked for us. We were wondering as that match was going on, it was a nip and tuck type match, but Zinger got the takedown, and it just like someone screamed in your ear. You went deaf for 10-15 minutes. I
still think I feel the residual effects of that from time to time. But
the gym was just packed. It was a huge match. It was more of a college type scoring match. 24-23, I think, was the final. And that's just super low for high school.
Well, and if I remember correctly, it was the year before maybe that Meadville was here, and they came away. They had a takedown late that ended up winning the match for them. And so that was the big return match. But again, it's you've got to be here to experience that kind of atmosphere. And this match, early going when this was still nip and tuck, and before Eisenhower was able to kind of pull away here. Again, the same thing. You could feel that excitement in the air as people were wanting to get behind their wrestlers.
Lots of nervous energy, people pacing around, everybody's wanting to talk and chat, and now we're almost finished.
And not to do a disservice to these two on the mat, because we kind of talked over their match a little bit here. The final 30 seconds of the third period is Fitzsimmons has a 9-2 lead. But
completely controlling from the top position. Has just put on a fabulous ride. Has been trying some half Nelsons. He's been trying some bar arms. He's doing a nice job implementing his moves. And, the defender's doing a nice job staying off his back. As I
Final
say
10
that,
seconds, he just rolled right into it.
well, he was looking for some junk. He knew, that it was time to throw the kitchen sink out there. He went to his own back, got himself in some danger, trying to create something.
He is going to survive, stay off the
No
back.
shame in that, man.
With 2 more near fall points for Fitzsimmons will give him the major decision.
That'll bring it to 30. A rather quick dual meet.
Yes, it
What
was.
do we have? 5
Hour long,
pins?
yeah.
5, 6 pins, maybe?
Yeah, and most of them in the first period.
Right.
And again, the larger part of this is we're going to applaud these wrestlers. They
Sure are.
These guys leave it all on the mat every time. But beyond just the wrestling, all the 50-50 proceeds, they took donations at the door. The shirts, the white T-shirts that you can see both teams are wearing, a portion of those proceeds are going to be donated to the Warren General Hospital Cancer Center in the name of Dean Johnson. And again, just a wonderful human being. And if you didn't get a chance to know him, you missed out on meeting a really wonderful person. And so always had time to talk.
Yep.
It didn't matter what else was going on. He'd take the time and he'd talk to you. And again, I don't think there was a time that I spoke to him that he didn't end the conversation asking me if I was drinking my chocolate milk. So
I hear that all the time. This match, when you're in this match, through the 90s, 80s, 90s, even 70s, 80s, 90s, even the early 2000s, this was a really heated rival. And since then, things on both sides, coaching staffs have changed. The temperament between the two communities have probably changed a little bit. I mean, these guys were working out together 3 weeks ago.
Right.
We're as a community, we're getting together, we're pulling together as a community. So what if you wrestle the Warren guy? It's going to make both
the Kinsey
guys
Wrestling
right.
Club for the young kids.
Yes,
is going to just further that bond even more.
Right. I mean, just because you're working out with the other team doesn't mean you're the enemy. If you show the other team a couple of things that your team does, it forces both teams to get better at that particular move, because now Warren might be better at defending something that Eisenhower does. That makes Eisenhower better. So in reality, iron's going to sharpen iron. And if you're looking to maximize your benefits from a wrestling perspective, or even from a sporting perspective, you have to find some iron, because you're never going to get sharp unless you're wrestling somebody or competing against someone that's better than you. It's easy to beat up on the bums. You want to wrestle good, tough competition. And getting together for these practice sessions that we're doing, that Warren and Eisenhower have done just 3 weeks ago, there was probably some familiarity in there. These guys kind of knew what the other guy did, but it's all in fun. It's sport. It's great. It's great to watch.
Well, and as you and I were talking about a while ago, I was a senior in high school for that match that we were talking about, the old TCAC, and at that point, it was if you were at Warren and somebody else was at Eisenhower, you didn't. There was no thought of, hey, we're gonna mesh and we're gonna get along and we're gonna try to better each other. It was, we're gonna go out and try to beat the pants off you any chance we get. And it's for the county and for the kids. I think it's better that the attitude and the experience changes to one where, okay, when we're on the mat, I'm going to lay it all on the line, and we're going to go at it, and we're going to compete as hard as we possibly can, compete against each other. But as soon as that final whistle blows, we're shaking hands, and we're going to go out and try to make each other better.
Sure. I mean, what a great person to work out with is the guy that just beat you. You know what I mean? If, there's your iron. That's how you get yourself sharp. You go wrestle that guy, work out with him, and both guys get better. So hopefully this Kinsey Wrestling Club, continues to progress, continues to grow. And it's not just a wrestling club. It's how to learn, how to teach, how to be a coach, ways to handle kids and not be so negative. It's research-based. Denny Johnson kind of heads up the whole thing. That's, he's an assistant coach at Eisenhower, Dr. Denny Johnson. And the club is really starting to grab hold and grow legs, and things are getting better and better each day.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with our post-match show. I got it right this time. It's a post-match show right here on the YDL Sports Network. It's high school wrestling, presented by Luton's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
Ready to break into a rewarding career? Elwood National Forge can help.
Elwood National Forge produces critical defense-rated parts to all branches of the United States military, meaning each day our employees are doing their part to support the men and women protecting our country. With multiple positions currently available and several career paths to choose from, Elwood National Forge offers on-site and on-the-job training, competitive pay and benefits, including 401k and insurance that start the date of hire, paid time off, and long-term job security. We'd love to support you in building a career. To learn more about becoming part of the Elwood National Forge family, visit enfjobs.com.
With locations in Chippenville and Tionesta Builder Supply is a full-service home improvement center specializing in everything you need to build or remodel your home. From power tools and accessories to paint and sundries and general hardware merchandise, Tionesta Builders has everything you need to get your project done quickly. Find out more at tionestabuilders.us and like them on Facebook.
Looking for a place to hone your skills in the off-season? How about just a friendly pickup game, or even a new league to join? Then head to the Hub at PF and Russell. An all-weather athletic facility, the Hub has everything you need to get your game on, from basketball and volleyball courts to indoor batting cages. And more than just an athletic facility, the Hub also plays host to special events like concerts and worship services. The Hub is a proud supporter of local athletes and wants to thank the community for all its support over the last 2 years.
Icy Ink Screen Printing and Embroidery, located at 2043 Pennsylvania Avenue East in Warren. We offer screen printing and embroidery on apparel, as well as graphic design, web design, photography, and custom frames, and specialize in youth fundraisers. We also offer photography services and custom frames. Check out our Icebox stores online at icyink.com or give us a call at 814-688-0034. Let's meet, drink coffee, and design some cool shirts. Be cool, wear Icy.
Hey, this is Joe.
And this is Sketty.
And we're the hosts of the Beehive Sports Podcast. Do you like uncut looks into all things sports?
If you said yes, then this is a sports show for you.
Live weekly shows broadcasted on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, covering everything from local sports in northwestern Pennsylvania all the way to the pros.
Not to mention the hottest takes you will ever hear. Follow us on all social media platforms and tune into episodes today.
Hi, Chris Rossetti here from D9and10sports.com. I wanted to take a second to tell you about one of the best restaurants in all of Western Pennsylvania, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg, PA. With indoor and outdoor dining, you can enjoy prime rib all weekend long, or perhaps it is their full wings served on Thursday wing nights that you're after. From celebrating a special occasion to hanging out with family and friends, the Allegheny Grill in Foxburg is the place to be. As they like to say, you come for the food and you stay for the view. Reserve your table today at AlleghenyGrill.com.
As we're on the post-match show, the commercial break kind of ended a little quickly on me here.
Oh, it's over.
Yeah, see, caught you off guard too. Brian Hagberg here on the YDL Sports Network with former Warren and Eisenhower coach Red Childress. And, Red, we were just talking about, these two teams working out together, practicing together. They compete hard against each other as these two gentlemen just did a few minutes ago on the mat. And then after the mat, you're standing side by side, and about 20 years ago, this probably wouldn't have happened. You guys have been up here throwing punches or something, but
wouldn't have happened.
Our Icy Ink co-wrestlers of the match here tonight put on a fantastic match. Warren's Grant Hayter, Eisenhower Sean Pascuzzi, and Red, if you can pass them your headset so they can talk to us real quick.
It's been a pleasure, guys. Great match out there. Great match. Thank you very much, Brian.
All right, thanks, Red. And guys, first of all, a fantastic match. Easily the match of the night here, and you guys just left it all out on the mat here tonight. was this the first time you guys have squared off against each other in a varsity competition?
Yeah, this year. Yeah. We used to wrestle a lot back in middle school, and
okay.
So we wrestle each other a lot. Yeah. It has been years, so it was gonna be a good one coming into it. I think.
Well, and both of your teams were up at the Stoa tournament over the weekend, and we saw that you guys managed to kind of avoid each other in that situation.
Yeah.
But what was it like to get back out on the mat with each other? Was it some feeling out process, or did you get right back into kind of some of those old habits that you had before?
Definitely a filling out process. A bunch of new stuff that I've seen.
Definitely a really fun match. Very exhausting, but it was fun.
I was definitely dead at the end of it. I mean, definitely very different than from last year. Russell, we were in 7th and 8th grade. I mean, a lot more. I was expecting it to be a tough match. He gave me a really good match, and it was definitely a lot of fun. Really exhausted for sure.
And tell me a little bit, about what it means to you guys to be part of this rivalry. Obviously, this is one that stretches back decades on the wrestling match between Warren and Eisenhower. And for you guys to be a part of it, to get to wrestle in front of an absolutely packed gym here at Warren High School. What was that like to have all these fans here cheering you on?
It's just awesome. I mean, loud, rowdy crowd. That's all you can hear when you're out on the mat. I mean, not much more you can ask for.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I definitely describe our rivalry more as like a sibling rivalry, though. But we're definitely we both come out here, we both want to win. It's definitely both coming for blood. But at the end of the day, we practice together a lot, and we are pretty close teams. I think. I mean, I know all the Eisenhower wrestlers. I'm friends with a lot of them, and obviously we're friends on the mat today. But other than that, I like to think that we have a pretty good working relationship, and it's always fun to square off and see who's the bigger dog.
And tell me a little bit about these T-shirts you guys are wearing. Obviously, when these two teams come together now, it's about a little bit more than wrestling. Dean Johnson, the former Warren coach, lost his battle with cancer, and now you guys get a chance to raise some money for the Warren General Cancer Center and put on a good match and get a whiteout going. And what does that mean to you guys to be part of this match now?
Honestly, it means a lot that we can put this together for our coach Denny and get everyone in Warren County involved and show up, just a good cause.
Yeah, I mean, Denny and Dean being brothers definitely, I think, is what kind of brought us together more. It kind of took some of the punch out of the rivalry and a little more civility to the point where it's they're both just such great guys, and Dean passing away at such a young age was just such a tragic event that it really kind of brings us together and makes us think more about just what wrestling means beyond just winning. Although winning's definitely fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, you got the individual win tonight, Grant, and Sean, you guys get to come away with the team match. So both of you get to go home a little bit happy here tonight. But, you talked about that sibling rivalry. When you guys are at places like Stoa or, if you're at a Tool City or area districts or something where, you're not necessarily going to be competing at one-on-one against each other. Do you go out and kind of help each other out and say, hey, this is what I found out wrestling this guy, or, this is some things you go, and how does that benefit you guys?
Honestly, it's just nice to know that kind of information before you're heading to a match. And
I mean, unless a Warren kid's wrestling an Eisenhower kid, I always look for the Eisenhower kid. I know they do the same. I mean, anytime there's an Eisenhower kid in my bracket, it's always hey, you wrestle this kid, what do you think? I mean, we always scrimmage every year, so we usually size each other up a lot. We know where each other's abilities, and we definitely try to help each other out in the way we can, unless, of course, we're wrestling against each other, and that's the case. We got to go hard.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Grant Hayter, Sean Pascuzzi, you guys had a fantastic match tonight. You guys are our Icy Inc. co-wrestlers of the match. I got some shirts for you. We're not going to put them on over the whiteout shirts. That's the more important thing here tonight. But thank you guys so much for stopping by, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
All right. All right. So that will about do it here for our post-match show from Warren Area High School. Final score, Eisenhower 42, Warren 30. Special thank you to Red Childress for stopping by and providing all of his wealth of knowledge and insight here this evening. Andy Close down doing some video and photos on the floor. Be sure to tune into D910sports.com, yourdailylocal.com for a full recap of this match. And that'll just about do it here for us tonight. This is Brian Hagbert for the YDL Sports Network saying so long from the Joseph A. Massey Gymnasium, and Merry Christmas, everyone.